You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
Tonight, what was Atlanta doing to prevent that, or the other way around?
Pretty much we were living in transition the whole time. You know, we just could not get our hands on them. We could not generate any type of physicality on either side of the ball. They were just a more aggressive team. The pressure, you know, they're big. They're big and they're physical. You know, generate any type of aggression on the defensive end. We needed that tonight to score against that team. We needed to turn them over. Obviously, we had a hard time doing that.
Just really slowed down on offense, and y'all were struggling to gain any rhythm. What do you think was some of the reasons?
Well, to their, you know, what happened is, you know, they put Dyson on Queen. You know, they were going to take him out. They weren't going to let him play make tonight. It forced us somewhere else. We could have done that, and he stole the ball 2 times, I think, trying to feed Queen. So that's great. You know, that's an area we got to grow in. And I'm sure we'll see this again. I would anticipate more teams do this. They put a little more, you know, aggression on him and see how this is the first time that's happened. So we got to adjust. We had a hard time playing through him. We had a hard time generating advantages downhill. We weren't in the paint as much as we have been in the past. You know, we're missing some guys that can do that, you know, so to their, you know, to their defense, they're long, they're aggressive. They switched all our stuff, all our action. They kept us in front. And in those situations, you got to create advantages. You know, and they had Porzingis on Peavy. Tonight, we were trying to play through Micah Peavy to go at their 5. I mean, that's a challenge for our offense. I don't think we played any game or practice this year where we said, Peavy, you're going to be the screener and you roll. And now you're off ball, you know. And if we put Dyson in the action, they switched all that stuff too. So they're well coached. They know what they're doing. Like that's now we have to counter as we move forward and, you know, and adjust there. So these are all new things that we're and challenges we have with this group right now.
Continue to feature DQ, and he continues to put up these numbers. How much do you think both you and him have to kind of anticipate those change-ups? Teams throw at him in different coverages and different, you know, styles of defenders as they kind of learn more about him and how to try to defend him.
That's the growth in this league. You're not going to trick this league forever. They're going to throw different things at you, different size, different lineups, different coverages. And, you know, we had success doing that last night with him. And, you know, tonight was a little tougher. And they're an aggressive defense. They're a very good defense. They're long. Porzingis is at the rim. Dyson does a hell of a job on the ball. They all swarm to the ball. They're big. They're aggressive. We were missing our one, you know, cheat code that can get downhill and go play. I think they had all their cheat codes tonight. I don't know their whole full roster, but I think they had all their cheat codes tonight, you know, and now, but these are moments for our young guys to grow. We started 3 rookies tonight, and we were without 3 of our top, you know, our 3 top paid players in this, you know, on this roster. That's no excuse. This is a moment to grow. And we had some moments today where I thought we could have been better. Absolutely could have been better. And we should have taken more advantage of that. So the biggest thing for me was the transition defense. and the lack of ball movement in general.
When you guys are at a talent deficit missing these key players, are you ever tempted to just kind of ditch the traditional game plan and introduce more variance by taking just a ton of threes to kind of make up the talent? Yeah.
I think the math equation does help that. You run the risk of just taking bad shots in general. Is that the habit you want to create? Is it more about building the right habits or trying to win the math equation? And my opinion is when you have a young team, the habits trump all that. And, although we'll continue to push the three ball, we know we need to close the gap, as we said in the math equation. We still have to play the right way and try to generate and play through our system and build a system and build an identity versus just, trying to win the math game. So we'll keep plugging on it. As I said, the ball movement's got to continue to be a focus of ours and finding higher quality shots in general.
Going back to PV for a second, you guys did end up winning his minutes in 27.
PVs.
Yeah, and the goal plus one of those minutes. Do you feel like you were able to adjust well enough on the fly, even though Atlanta's defensive coverage was trying to exploit that a little bit?
Well, we learned something, right? Every time he's not been in that position before. I don't think we've scripted that all year. I don't think we've done that one time in practice. I think we've had one practice since we've been together. It definitely wasn't PV. You're the main anchor to go play pick and roll and off ball. So hopefully he learned something tonight as well. That's the part of growing a young team is having these moments of exploring and, adjusting and having to make plays. So hopefully he grew tonight. And he's played well. I think PV's helped us. The last, I'd say it's probably like 3 games. I think PV's had a real impact in the games. And I saw that again tonight.
You mentioned you're missing all your playmakers, right? Top 3 pace players. Would you like to see more from Jeremiah? I know you don't want to push all the buttons, but it seems like during some of the parts of the games, he's really aggressive. Then you kind of don't see him for a while. Are you just kind of basically let him grow at his own pace, or what's the thought behind there?
He's one of those guys that can generate some for us, right? He's quick enough. He's downhill. He's in the paint. Obviously tonight they switched a lot of his stuff. He has to continue to grow in transition, making the right play. He got to the rim how many times tonight in transition? I think he missed some bunnies that he's going to look back and say, I got to go finish those. And he does. I think that's a strength of his. He's got to continue to do that and then generate for other people. It's the balance. I think he's a natural, when I look at him, I think he's a natural scorer. That's what he's done his whole life, his whole career. Tony Parker was the same way when we got him in San Antonio. I was there. Tony had already been there. He's more of a natural scorer. Even when I had LaMelo Ball, he was more of a natural scorer. Even though he could play make at times, his instinct was to go score. I think Fears' instinct is more to go score. But how do we balance that with running an offense, running a system, and letting him go? We're trying to find all that. So even tonight, though, you could tell they were just trying to take all his stuff away, switching all his pick and rolls, making him play one-on-one. When he did get downhill, they were swarming him. They were in the paint. But I think probably could have found more opportunities to be aggressive in transition there.
Going back to Atlanta's aggressive defensive coverage, there were moments where they were trapping Jose pretty high up there with a lot of size. Just how would you like to counter that if you were to see something like that moving forward?
The natural counter is just to get it to the big guy and play off of that, and he tried to do that I think a couple of times, and we just, it's something that we probably got to go back and work on, just being trapped, being aggressive in the blitz, because if you can get the ball out of the blitz, hopefully you're playing, 4-on-3 on the backside, right? So again, that's another, I don't think we see that a whole lot. Jose doesn't get blitzed a whole lot in general, but when we do see that, those bigs have to be ready to make plays. And especially when you have 2 bigs, our spacing tonight obviously was a little bit different because of the personnel. But we just got to get the ball to that pocket and go play from there. Advantage basketball. Thanks, guys.
All right. Shout out to the fam. Let me give y'all a shout out. Shout out to the Fly. The realest in the game, man, because it's because of you guys is the reason why we up in this thing. So shout out to you guys. Big QDC in PPR recap. Pelicans beat down by Hawks 115-98. Fam, listen, and it's nothing going on the basketball floor in terms of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at other sports right now, just to be honest with you, fam. It's kind of crazy what we've been seeing, man. But man, I was looking at boxing, man. Devin Haney beat Brian Norman Jr. I was watching that Bam Rodriguez. Y'all know I'm a boxing guy, first and foremost, but a lot of good boxing happened, man. David Benavidez, one of my favorite fighters, is also fighting tonight against Anthony Yard. We'll have the recap on all this stuff on tomorrow on Ring Kings Boxing, man. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. Hit the like button, pals. Can't get right. That's right, fam. Brother Castro, he's like, man, I ain't even mad. What's up, Stace? Shout out to States, Stacy, Tech Blitz, Jaden, Slim, Jacob. What's happening, fam? All in malls in this thing. Big Sean, Wayne. What's happening, brother? How you doing? I just want to get everybody. What's up, Aaron? Shout out to you, man. Appreciate y'all. Hoffa, Steph. What's up, Jessica? Shout out to Jessica as well. TFP, what's happening, fam? Appreciate y'all for spending y'all valuable time with us talking about this team, man. And much love to all of the fam just listening and chilling out. All right, yeah, Sean. Sean says the Saints will beat the Falcons tomorrow. And they were in there. I heard them in there saying ATL and all that kind of stuff. It'd have been cool for the Saints to get a win and the Pelicans to get a win on the same weekend, but we just can't seem to get right. Pelicans beat down by Hawks. We lose 9 straight games, fam. I think it's 3 straight contests since we fought. I mean, I forgot how many times we've since Willie Green was fired, fam. How many games have we played since Willie Green was fired? Like 3 games? I forget. Y'all remind me how many games has it been since we fired Willie Green? Yeah. All right, Pro. What's that? Pro HD says throw the whole as the whole city away at this point. Nah, man, we're not gonna throw the whole city away right now, fam. But the losing is definitely tied to the leadership group, no doubt about it. So it's just where we are right now, fam. We are stuck in that maze right now where we just watching our team. They're 1-8 at home, man. And another, I ain't gonna say lackluster performance, but that Roman quarter, fam. Remember they talked about we got to pay attention to the third quarter. The third quarter, the phantom quarter, became the second quarter. I told y'all about this roaming phantom quarter that pops up. Is one quarter? They were saying it's the third quarter. Then it was the first quarter. Tonight it was the second quarter. They were outscored by 14 points in that second quarter. So the Hawks are well coached. Quinn Snyder is a hell of a coach, man. We know Quinn was the man when he was with Utah, handling business when he left there and picked up and, became Atlanta. We know it was a matter of time before he kind of straightened things out because it's a coach, a really intelligent coach that knows what he's doing. And Atlanta's good, man. A lot of their wins are coming on the road. Like they're 8-3 on the road. And, it's tough to win on the road in the NBA. And it is what it is. So shout out to you guys. We got DC. Shout out to you, brother. Are you there? What's up, brother Jan? Shout out to you, man. Good to see you as well, man. Appreciate y'all for being in the screen. Okay, 0-5. It's been 5 games. Okay, Sean. Okay, five games since Willie Green has been gone, and we're 0-5 since that time frame. And I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to say about it, fam. I'm like y'all, man. Watching this happen, man, and it's just abominable, man. Our defense is just. The rebounding, the fundamental stuff is just not there. I mean, I just don't get it, man. I really don't get it, man. This team is not prepared on any level with Willie Green there. And I hear what Coach Borrego saying. Trust me, I do. I like Coach Borrego, but Coach Borrego working with a lot of young players here. But man, Coach Borrego's been here for 3 years now, 4 years. I won't say 3 years. Since he's been here. We know a lot of the personnel guys are up and down, but the consistency is jarring, man. We don't have no identity all this time. We still flim-flam around with not knowing how to play defense. I just don't understand what they be practicing. I don't understand, they're practicing in between these games. I mean, even you could consider with us losing like we lost tonight. I mean, I'm going to call it practice. I'm just do we talking practice. It got to be counting for something. Hell, I mean, this is actually for developing players and teams that can't get right. This is the practice, just live game reps. This is the best type of shit you can get. But it's just like, man, damn, man, we can't consistently do anything right, fam. We can't do anything right, fam. It's just troublesome. But anyway, let's hit the stats, man. DC will chime in. I know, he doing something right now. We'll chime in with the stats, man. Y'all do me a service, hit the like button, man. We in this thing now. The Pelicans, man, 35 of 84 tonight for 42%. The Hawks were 42 of 91 for 46%. Look at the 3-point shots, man. These people shot almost 20 3-point attempts more than the Pelicans. They hit double the amount of 3-pointers than the Pelicans. They were 17 of 46 from downtown for 37%. The Pelicans were 8 of 27 for 30%. Now, they did hit 83% at the foul line, 20 of 24, versus what the Hawks did, 14 of 19 for 74%. That's positive. They did out-rebound the Hawks, 48 to 42. They did not out-assist them, 28 to 21. The Hawks did the steal thing, 6 to 5 and 7 to 6 on the blocks. And the Pelicans turnovers went up. The Hawks had single-digit turnovers tonight. 7 turnovers, very efficient play by the Hawks, very disciplined tonight. 7 turnovers with 9 points given up versus the 18 turnovers they forced the Pelicans into, and they got 25 points off of that. Single-digit turnovers by the Hawks tonight. Fast break game was won by them 15 to 8. Pels did win the point in the paint battle 52 to 42. Largest lead was 24 points at one time for the Hawks. The Pels was 7. The box stats, individually speaking, for the Pelicans tonight, because we know Zion didn't play because of a back-to-back. Herb Jones was shut down because of a calf issue. And Poole and Metkovic were all pushed to the 24th. So we'll be watching out, man. And like I said, man, the next game we got coming up against the Bulls on November the 24th. I'm gonna wait to see what the Pelicans are gonna do in terms of Poole, because in getting Zion back, we need offensive firepower. We need a focal point for the offense to flow through. And hopefully we can get some of these guys that's making $30+ million a season back to help the young team get its legs. We spend a lot of money on players that are not contributing consistently. It's almost $40 million to Zion Williamson, $30+ million to Poole, and both of them on the shelf. We need these expensive players to contribute. Their weight in gold is like what they're being paid. They need to contribute. We need these guys back in here playing, man. All these guys making this money, that includes Herb with his $15 million or whatever it is, are being outplayed by people that are making a fraction of what kind of money they're making. Come on, man. Y'all got to get it together. 115.98. Now let's get into the individual dollar right here. We look at it. Trey Murphy, actually it's Derik Queen, the rookie. He led the team in scoring tonight. 32 minutes, big minutes for our rookies, man. All of the whole 2025 class, it's just, these guys have been awesome, man. Without their contributions, the Pelicans would just be mollywopped. This would be an evisceration, as opposed to it just being them getting popped down. It would have been an evisceration without our offensive contributions and defensive contributions of our rookie class. 20 from Queen in 32 minutes, 6 of 14 from the field. He was perfect from the foul line, 8 of 8. He finished with 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals, and a block for Derik Queen. The Big Easy, man, continues to contribute on a high level. His production over the last 3 games have been out of worldly. Quiet in the bullshit talk about those picks. Queen is really making those guys eat their words. And of course, 19 points from Trey Murphy. In 31 minutes, he was 6 of 16 and 4 of 10 from the downtown, 3 of 4 from the foul line. Trey had 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists to go along with 4 turnovers as well. Outside of that, 18 from Saddiq Bey in the starting role, did much better tonight. 28 minutes, 18 points, 6 of 12 from the field. He didn't do that well from downtown, 1 of 5, but 5 of 6 from the foul line, 11 rebounds, 5 assists from Saddiq Bey, right? And then, of course, after that, only other double-digit scorer was Jeremiah Fears in 31 minutes. He kind of had an off night, 11 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 0 for 1 from downtown, 1 or 2 from the foul line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He had 3 turnovers in the steal along with a block. Then, of course, Peavy was in there for 27 minutes. He gave 4 points. He was kind of off, 2 of 7 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from downtown, 3 rebounds. Tough cover for Peavy tonight. Had a tough assignment in there. And, of course, off the bench, not much to talk about, man. You've seen Jose Alvarado in 17 minutes, finished with 8 points, an assist, and a rebound. In 20 minutes, Bryce McGowan's had 9 points on 3 of 5 shooting, 3 or 4 from the foul line, along with a rebound. Seeing him, the end of the bench guy. And then, of course, you've seen 5 from Jordan Hawkins in 19 minutes, 2 of 7 from the field. He did hit a 3-pointer. He was 1 of 2 from downtown. And then, of course, you look at 2 points contributed by our bigs in Kayvon Looney, had 2 points, 5 boards in 14 minutes. Eve Messi in 21 minutes of action, 2 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks for Mr. Messi. And like I said, man, Pelicans, man, just it's just sad. And this is a team, and like I said, I think the Hawks was a team that we should have. These last 2 games are games that we are supposed to win, because if you can't beat the Hawks, and no disrespect to the Hawks, right? We know the Hawks play really well tonight, and the last 2 games are games that if you're the New Orleans Pelicans, you got to mash down intelligently, and you got to get these wins. At some point, you got to get pissed off, man. You got to get as pissed off as the support base, man. You got to get pissed off. You got to go out there. You got to get pissed off, and you got to bully yourself into a win, man. You got to go out there and out physical these teams. You got to outthink these teams, man. You got to outplay them from whistle to whistle, and not sit there and lose concentration in quarters. You got to dig in. You're on a 9-game losing streak. This is ridiculous, man. You're 1-8 at home on a 9-game losing streak. You have to have some pride and some guts and get up off your ass and fight out of this and get a win. You got to win. The Hawks tonight, man, top guy was Porzingis, almost like this dude was in the prime of his career sometime, kind of way. 29 points in 33 minutes of action, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for Porzingis. He did his thing. 18 from Jalen Johnson with 11 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double against the Pelicans. 18 points, 11 boards, and 9 assists with a block and plus 20 on that plus-minus situation. 14 from Dyson Daniels with 8 rebounds and 4 assists in the matchup, too. And Dyson only had 1 turnover. NAW had 11 points, 2 former Pelicans. Zachary Richershey, or whatever you pronounce his name, 8 points in 23 minutes, not much there. And you can see the guy, what's his name? Vit, can't pronounce his last name. Foreign player off the bench in 27 minutes, lit the Pelicans' ass up from the 3-point line with 21 points, 7 of 10 shooting. There's always one guy that the Pelicans can't cover who gets the benefit of wide open jump shots every night. And it's similar to the roaming bullshit quarter we have to do when we get let down. We have a double-digit dip quarter unless we lose by 12 or 14 points in the quarter. It's as consistent as having that one player that we always seem to allow to hit these 3-pointers and spark their bench. And it happened again. So it's, I don't know what to say, man, about this team. I don't know what to say about this team and what they need to do. DC, are you there, man? I don't know if they might be having tech issues. So we're going to keep it moving, though. All right. But anyway, fam, let me hear what y'all say before we kind of move on, man, and jump into the matchup against the Bulls. The Bulls coming off a beat down that they had against the Miami Heat to beat them badly, 143-107. And they pissed off, too. They're looking to kind of get back on the winning side of things. In Chicago, and Josh Giddey's been playing out of world. He's been playing really well. A lot of their players are supposed to be coming back in this game. Isaac Okoro and Pat Williams and a few of these guys supposed to be coming back for the 24th. No word on what's going on. They got Herb, Jordan Poole, Carlo Mikovic, and Zion all supposed to be coming back against Chicago. on the 24th. We know Zion is supposed to make it back. He just didn't play on the back-to-backs, which I think that's asinine, fam. I think that's really silly. That Zion Williamson is not playing on back-to-backs. I think he needs to play on back-to-backs because we need to make sure that Zion Williamson, there's no more protecting the Zion Williamson thing, man. There's no more protecting Zion Williamson. Zion needs to play in these games, man. I'm not blaming it all on him, but I mean, shit. You know, he good enough to play a game, but we can't allow him to play the back-to-back. But if it was anybody but Zion Williamson, he would be playing the back-to-back games. I mean, your team needs some firepower right here. You heard, you know, Coach Borrego saying he working some of his offense through PV. I mean, shit. You know, where these $30 million players at when you need? We got three $30 million players and all of them on the shelf right now. All of them on the shelf. Three $30 million players. You got almost $100 million worth of player contract and they all on the shelf. They can't contribute anything. You know, it's just real crazy how we got it all maddeningly dysfunctional in how this team is, man. 9 losing streak. I just don't like it, man. I don't like losing. I don't like bad basketball or bad football. I don't like it. I don't like people getting paid a lot of money to not produce and just to sit down and spectate, you know, and these guys are cool doing it. And I'm not cool with this stuff, man. I really am. I'm not, man. I'm not cool with this. Every night watching this team get handled like this. I'm tired of them talking about stuff that we already know. And Borrego is talking about, he talks about it more intelligently than that other guy does, but still in all, that don't mean nothing if we can't fix it. Hell, jeez. All right, man. I apologize, fam. I'm just tired of this shit. Aren't y'all tired? Put one in the chat, man, if y'all tired as I am, bro. I'm tired of watching this stuff. I'm tired of watching this stuff. It is crazy. 30, almost $100 million worth of player contracts on the shelf. They can't provide 1 point. Murray, Zion, Poole, almost $100 million worth of players. And they can't provide 1 single point to help be a fulcrum for this team to play through. We got the rookies out there, family. All of the rookies in the starting line are busting their ass trying to help the team win. And they're actually doing, you know, they're outperforming the guys we paying money, you know? So, I mean, it's just, and you could throw Herb in there too. He been playing like he hurt. I don't know what's going on with him. But anyway, shout out to y'all, man. Dog says we actually clearly, yeah, you got out coached. No, you right, dog. Dog, you 100% right. Quinn out coached the piss out of them, bro. Bro, they was the Hawks. Or like I said, man, I watched a couple games with the Hawks. The Hawks really good on the road. They're really comfortable on the road. That says a lot about a team. Like they got 8 road wins, right? They're just a 10-7 team. They got 8 road wins. That says a lot because our team can't even win in their building. They got 1 win in their building. They can't even galvanize and take the love and the support of home and use that as a base to be able to build some confidence in good basketball. Having them on the road and having them at home is the same thing. And that's crazy to me. You know, that's crazy to me. But you're right. Yeah, they got out coached badly. JB's not a bad coach. I'm just saying he got his ass handed to him. It seems like we doing that every night, bro. If it's different ways that we seem to can't get it right, man. You know, we need to take a picture of your boy from a life. And that needs to be the image of the Pelicans. We can't get it right. Yeah, look at all the ones. Thank y'all, man. Miggy says we just need DeJounte. And yeah, I know it sounds simple, bro, but man, right? It sounds simple. We just need Murray to stay healthy. We just need Zion to stay healthy. We just need Poole to stay healthy. We need these guys to stay healthy, but we can't seem to get them on the same line at the same time. Right? Getting them healthy and into the lineup is one thing, and getting them to play together is a whole nother thing. So it's just one after the other. And this whole season just been thrown off because we took so long to get rid of Willie. Willie should have been gone into the offseason. We would have had a new coach building the system. We would actually be headed towards something as opposed to a season in which obviously it appears like they just don't know how to play any basketball. Not any worthwhile basketball. This is bad. This is so. I don't care how they make it sound on them basketball broadcasts. I know if you Antonio Daniels, you like, damn. I know that brother is a student of the game. Really great breakdowner and explainer of how things go on the court. And I know he got to be sad. I'm sitting up here watching this stuff to myself and say, damn, man. It's just crappy, man. It just sucks. It just stinks. Yeah, I know, Jess. Just said, I thought Poole was supposed to play. No, they backing him up. We don't know what's going on with these players, man. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Kelvin Ellis says, yeah, that's the same shit. Yes, sir. You're right. Same shit. Yeah, Devil's Advocate says, love this as Spurs. Yeah, and you must be a friend of Tasha and Big Sean, huh? That's what you come over here to gloat and shit. Yeah, you know what? I know you feeling good about yourself, and y'all, you know what, fam, y'all deserve it. As a Spurs contingent, y'all deserve it, bro, because y'all were at the same. Actually, I think y'all started later than we did. Indeed, y'all did. Y'all started later than we did. Y'all were bad. Y'all had a sick ass coach. Y'all coach retired. They named a new coach. They made trades to get Foxy and other people. They were able to mysteriously on I would say a corrupt ass lottery draft. Y'all were able to some kind of miraculous way land Wemby. That was a corrupt ass draft, just like this last one was a bullshit lottery selection. When your boy gets shipped to L.A., Luka gets shipped to L.A., and then all of a sudden Dallas ends up with the first round draft pick. Man, that shit is fake as anything. If the feds won't look at something, go look at that bullshit lottery the NBA running. It's a fake ass lottery, and y'all know it. Dallas ends up with the pick for Cup to replace Doncic, and that wasn't. People like, come on, man. That's obviously y'all obviously tampering with shit, dog. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, regardless if you get the pick or not, you still put pieces around the man where y'all are able to be, competitive, which is still ahead of what the Pelicans could do because your owner has sense and our owner does not have any sense. She don't have no sense. She don't know anything. She just interior decorates. Her office is very pretty, but the team stinks. But she'll hug you to death and all this and meet you outside the game. But we losing our ass off. We don't need hugs, ma'am. Keep your hugs. We don't need hugs. All right. Anyway, shout out to y'all. Shaw says, "Q, take that hate out your voice, bro. I'm giving you credit, brother. I'm giving you. I said y'all did a wonderful job on y'all rebuild. You know, it sound a little aggressive, but I'm giving you some love." All right. Anyway, man, let's get. That's right, Harper too. That's right. Don't forget Harper. They got Harper over there in Castle. Hell, what was the other point guard they gave up to get him? What was the guy from? Didn't they get the little guy from Minnesota? What was his name? The little speed demon Minnesota has as a point guard. Then they have that pick and then traded that. I mean, them people was just doing good shit. They was just doing wonderful stuff, and we weren't. We were dealing with foolishness, nonsense, and dumb stuff, and look where it's gotten us at. To 2-15 and 1-8 at home. So Nola J says, why Joe Dumars trade all our picks to get what you got, brother? He traded the extra pick to get Derik Queen. I'm pretty sure you're happy you got Derik Queen and Jeremiah Fierce for the future. But I don't think it's so much of that we need to be concerned about. We need to get the guys that we paying a lot of money to play and help the youngsters. I can't blame Derik Queen pick to get Derik Queen. I can't complain about that, fam. Derik Queen is everything. He's worth that extra pick. I'm gonna just keep it all the way funky with you. The guy, the kid's good. He's gonna be really good for us in the future and something we can build around. So is Fierce. These young players, this draft with PV included, this was a very solid draft for Joe Dumars. So I'm gonna give him some respect on that. The other side of it is getting Poole and Zion and Herb and all these other guys to play, get on the floor and earn their money, bro. That's the other side of this thing, right? All right, so anyway, let's kind of move on to the next thing, man, to the next talking point right here. Chicago's up next, fam. Like I said, Chicago just got beat the crap out of them by the Heat. They're going to look for some get back. They're 8-7 and 3-5 on the road. They come into the Smoothie King Center on November 24th, which will be Monday. So the Monday 7 p.m. tip-off time, Pelicans back at it. For the first time, they're taking on the Bulls. They'll see them again late December. Matter of fact, the last day or New Year's Eve, they'll take on the Bulls in Chi-Town. So it's 2 meetings here. And like I said it for the last 2 games that the Pelicans should have had wins against these last 2 teams, and shoulda, woulda, coulda, because it just don't happen. The Mavericks beat the Pels, and then the Hawks beat the Pels. And these are 2 teams that fought the Pelicans tooth and nail. Or the Hawks just outcoached them and played them. The Mavericks just pressed on them and wanted it more. So we have to figure out a way to get wins against teams that have not totally figured it out. You know what I'm saying? These teams still are trying to figure this stuff out. Dallas, before that game, they're 5-12 now, but these are the type of teams you need to get wins on. We cannot sit up here and just keep failing and falling. And now we on a 9-game losing streak, and we talking about not having enough practice, brother. And Borrego got to the mic and talked about practice. We know we not practicing with this guy and that guy. Brother, you all getting practice. Coach Borrego, you getting plenty of practice. Since you took over the team 5 games ago, you might not be actually in what you would call a practice environment, but these people running around on the court with the lights on and referees blowing whistles is as good to practice as you're going to get. You got to get these guys lined up. You got to make them, you got to get them right. And in this matchup, my only question is, I know Zion will be back for this game, but I don't know the status of Jordan Poole. They keep pushing this timeline back even further. So we're going to wait for word from the medical staff. And
what are we waiting for, Big Q?
Go ahead, DC. You got it, brother. You can talk about. I'm all on to the Bulls and Pels preview, but go ahead on and talk about
basically what they're about to do. We ain't missing nothing tonight.
Well, I mean, if they could do a recap or view the tape and do a playback.
The tape.
I'm talking about Chi-Town, brother. Okay. What they about to do to the Pelicans? They could do what the Hawks did. The Pelicans can't guard open shooters. They don't communicate well on defense. People get off on them. It's double the makes on 3-point shots versus what they do. It's too many wide open looks. Other teams outperform the Pelicans, wanted more. So, they getting out coached on a regular basis. Guys act like they don't know how to play no defense. They confused here or there. And on top of all of that beautifulness I just mentioned, your big money earners are not on the floor to help these young people win.
$100 million on the bench.
On the bench. Zion, $39 million, Murray's $30+ million, and Poole's $30+ million on the bench, on the shelf. Go ahead, bro. You got you want to add to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. This just was just another horrible display tonight. The Pels were handicapped though. You got Zion not playing, Herb having back spasms and all of that. Carlos still not back. So they are down some players they would have needed. We would needed at least a Zion back or 2 of those guys to be able to handle Atlanta. But that's still no excuse for them to go out and just have the horrid performance that they had, man. I remember one time.
You see, Trey Young didn't play tonight, brother. Johnson played. He almost had a triple-double, but Porzingis was killing.
Johnson has really been, their best player going back to last season at points. I guess you can make the argument for Trey, but just what he does defensively as well as offensively, just all around player, man. So they had their guy, and Kristaps Porzingis, man, torched us for 29. That's crazy, but it's the Pels, man. What did Okunwaye get Q? Because I know he was gonna come back. Did he ball out tonight?
3.6 boards.
No, actually, they got him listed as he didn't play on here.
Who you? You said Onyeka.
Onyeka.
Nah, left ankle injury out.
Yeah, but Vit tore our ass up, man. This man bro, this is like what you were saying, just open 3-point shooters. It's like every game we come in, the team is like, all right, look, we know you could shoot, but this dumbass team, they don't know you can shoot. So we just go every time, bro. This dude hit 7 3-pointers on us, bro. Single-handedly just destroyed them from the end of the second and third quarter. And they put this big emphasis on handling the third, right? And they go out, they shit the bed again in the third and the second quarter. So not only did they have a floating quarter, Q, they just dropped a whole nother quarter on top of the floating quarter. But
That's
you know,
just terrible, bro. Terrible.
no adjustments were made tonight. It's just like nobody showed up. Maybe the back-to-back was too much for them. I don't know.
I thought we was a pro
hard to
team,
watch,
DC.
man. We're not a pro team. You know who's a pro? Saddiq Bey is a pro. Even Trey Murphy. I say Trey Murphy is a pro. You know, Queen trying to be a pro. You know, Jeremiah Fears, you know, he may puts his hat to be a pro. Everybody else, man, they just on the team. You know, I wouldn't say we just don't have that passion, that fight, that pride, man. Because I mean, it's okay. It's really not, because we 2-15 now, so it's not okay to lose. But I mean, like, you know, you undermanned and you go out there and you give it your all, and you just it was a game and it got away from you or whatever. But they never really stood a chance, man. After the first quarter, like they never really stood a chance. What they were doing in the first quarter, you know, good coach went out there, adjusted, made some adjustments, and they came in and took over from the second quarter on the rest of the game. Ball game was over. Middle of the second quarter, man. Like, you just don't have a chance. And I remember one time looking at I'm like, God damn, we missing a lot of shots. I wonder what we are. Man, we were 35% from the field when I checked it. I'm like, God damn. 35% from the field, not the 3-point line, the field. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's rough when you just can't make shots. I know Borrego wants them to shoot more 3-pointers. And I get it. If you can't make threes in the league you're in today, man, it's very hard to win. And we just really cannot make threes. I like PV getting a chance or getting a shot, you know, to try to do his thing tonight. But, you know, he can't make threes. And they were just leaving him open. And it's like the same thing we complain about with Herb. You see the same thing with PV. Saddiq Bey, he's a good enough shooter to where they won't just leave him open, but he 1 for 5 tonight. Trey was 4 for 10. Okay, that's kind of respectable. And that's it. You got a couple of threes from Jose, but Jose looked horrible tonight as well, even though he hit them couple of threes. We don't have nobody to make shots. And we got Jordan Hawkins, our 2-point specialist, missing 2-pointers tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, They
come on, DC. The man hit a 3-pointer tonight, bro. He did hit a 3.
He hit 1 3, Q. He only took 2. But he took he took 7 shots. 2 of them were 3-pointers. Q. He's a 2-point specialist. Come on, man.
Dude's supposed to be a mean 3-point shooter who can't hit the broadside of a barn, dog.
You got Yves Misi getting 21 minutes. He give you 3 rebounds and 2 points. You know, like, James Borrego definitely he lost the coaching fight tonight. But, you know, the guys didn't show up as well, man. They just, you know, kind of floated through the game. Maybe they were pissed or let down as a team that Zion didn't play, because I really don't get it. At this point, I understand they weren't about his hamstring injury and all of this shit. Man, we 2-14. Fuck all. Let him play.
I've said that. I don't know what's going on with that.
If he get hurt, so what?
So what? So
well,
what? Let him play. He making $39 million. Stop holding his hand. Let him play. The team is 2-15. Let him play, bro.
Somebody else, apparently. The more you
let
hear
him play
memes and stuff, man, I start to wonder, like, man, is this farm team shit for real? Maybe we just a farm team. We just get people good and then we ship them off somewhere else to win championships and shit. because the thing with Zion, it don't make any sense. We just saw him play last night. Nothing happened. Now, if they come out Monday and then they steal his and his, it's like, oh God.
No, I just think it's they don't let him play on after coming back healthy. They're not going to play him.
I thought we were turning them loose. We wasn't worrying about
That's
the back.
I
ain't
thought
that
that
what we
too.
was told?
That's what I thought too.
Who are we preserving him for?
I don't know.
If you keep going like this, like he's not gonna be here next year. So we just gonna keep him in bubble wrap for the next team?
I said, let him go, let him play. Stop holding them back on these back-to-backs. The team is 2-15. Let him play. Let him play. We need whatever he can bring. We need him to get galvanized and get a chemistry with this team. We don't have time like that. They done wasted all of the time. They done wasted everything. You cannot keep shelving him and sitting him down. Let this man play. Make it $39 million. And plus, this year is when you're going to find out whether or not you want to keep him for next year. Let him play and let the truth be known. Stop holding them back. Let them play. If these guys could practice and play, let them play. Do not have any restrictions on them. The team needs the firepower that the 21 points that he brings to the game. They need that. They need the scoring. I just really find it really interesting. We have all this money and all these players, and the guys that's making a fraction of what these guys are making are out there producing. That to me is really crazy. Let Zion Williamson play. No more damn back-to-back restrictions. Let him play. Jan, shout out to you, Jan. Jan got it. He says, even our big players look tiny compared to other lineups. I think he says some of our woes is that this team is anemic and has difficulty with physicality. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
That's a word,
me
bro.
up, bringing me back to this.
That's church. That's church. That's church.
I was
That's
thinking
church.
it, but I ain't say it, man. You said it.
That's
and
church.
He's absolutely right, man. Because
Church.
even the guys we got that are tall, they're not wide enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got dudes with some height, but they're just not strong enough. And then you look at somebody like Jordan Hawkins, man. I think he should do a parasite cleanse or something, man. He might have a tapeworm, bro. Like, did he gain a pound since he became a pro?
He looked the same way. A couple of games ago, DC, I was thinking that, bro. Remember, y'all put one in the chat if y'all remember this play. I think it was 2 games ago. Jordan Hawkins got the ball and charged toward the hoop. He got met at the hoop and the ball got knocked out of his hand. Like he got handled at the rim. Like he didn't get the ball up toward the iron enough.
Don't worry, Q. That happened tonight.
I'm just saying.
Jalen Johnson made him look like a little boy. He called himself, bro. I ain't never seen somebody try to dunk on somebody and they not aware that the person even there. It's like he just thought Jalen Johnson wasn't going. Man, the dude just took the ball out of his hand, bro.
Yeah, he not strong enough, bro.
Ridiculous, man.
It's his third year. In his third year that he's been here, and he still looks like a college player. Yeah. I mean, you might be right. He might have a tapeworm, bro, because he damn sure ain't get stronger, bro. He looked the same way.
Micah Peavy came in as a rookie, bro. Just he looked like 2 Jordan Hawkins. Rookie.
Right. Yeah.
Jose been the same size, you know what I'm saying? Like Trey, he had looked like he got bigger last year, and then this year he came in, he looks the exact same size as last year. Like our strength and conditioning program is trash, man. Yves Nisi, he looked like he put on a little muscle. You got Sadiq Bey out there. Sadiq Bey could be our goddamn center. He probably looked like the strongest guy on the team. Then.
Yeah, and Sadiq brought that with him. He brought that with him here, DC. He was already that. He brought that with him from another team. But
we can't handle physicality. My man Jan hit it on the nose. Any team that play physical, we definitely gonna have problems, man.
Sad game, man. So let's talk about it, DC.
You say everything is trash. Everything, Jacob Mello. I wouldn't say everything is trash, but we definitely need
mad, man. They're mad, DC.
We need an injection of talent or injection of injury proofness or something.
We need some intelligence is what we need. We need
When
to
when
inject.
we perfectly healthy, I'm like, okay, we could do something. But man, as soon as 2 or 3 key people get hurt, man, it's a wrap. Like you can't beat nobody.
Because and the thing is, you playing through the players, DC, and that's done. We still haven't had the identity. Like their effort is there, but it's still no identity right there. What a wasteful season this has become, man. All because this lady decided to keep this dude, and it done ruined everything. It done totally ruined it. A whole nother year of foolishness from Gail Benson and the
They still
Pelicans.
going. I still think they're gonna go for a trade at some point. Q. I
You
don't think
got
they're
to.
gonna sit on their hands and just let this be a 21-61 season, which I don't think they sad enough to be as bad as they were last year. But they gonna go and get something. And to be honest, if you get the right player, it might not even necessarily take a starter. If you get the right player or two, maybe they get a couple of players, and you inject that into this lineup, man, you maybe could have something. But man, it's like they go from getting you excited and wanting to tune in to just being tough to look at from game to game. Man, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's
The ghost of Willie Green still haunts us, Q.
Hey man, listen, bro. I don't know where we go from here because if you're Joe Dumars, you're watching the team and you're saying what the problem is, and I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but we need the big money players to be on the floor. We got to stop. Number one, stop babering Zion Williamson. Stop holding them back on back-to-back games and let them play. Let him play. That's number one. Number two, they need to figure out what's going on with Jordan Poole because we got to have that scoring there.
He
With
was, he was
DeJounte,
up shooting around today, but
they didn't activate him.
no.
So I mean, that's the whole point. Number one is let Zion play. Stop holding them back on these back-to-backs. This is the last season that the Pelicans are going to be doing, with this whole Zion thing because the money done changed, it done elevated, and plus he needs to play to see if he can mesh with what you have going on here. If not, then Zion Williamson will be the vestige on which you accrue picks and possibly players for him in trade. Because somebody gonna find something to do with him. The Pelicans have totally screwed all of this up. A responsible organization could take. You can't tell me that a OKC, not saying that they'll trade for him, but a responsible organization is what I'm talking about. Or Boston, or Miami, or San Antonio, or OKC. If they had a Zion Williamson, what he would look like. What he would look like in an organization with accountability and a good a good health staff and direction and an identity. These players would look differently somewhere else. Here, there's no accountability. You got a lying ass owner lying about meddling in the team, was the one that's directly responsible for the outright destruction of how everything started off and then backs out of it. So I mean, this whole situation about bullshit with the team comes down to the leadership group. It's shitty leadership. Look what's happening with the Saints. It's the same dumb leader. But at the end of the day, you cannot hamstring Zion Williamson. You have to let him play in these games. We need whatever he can provide. And if he's not the answer and he shows you that he can't do this, that, and the third, it's time to package him and get him the hell out of here and get picks to help Fears and Queen and all these other guys moving forward. This is the end. This is all. There is no tomorrow for Zion Williamson. It's only today. It is today. His tomorrow is now. All of that years of missing all of these games and all of this time needs to stop, and him collecting money for sitting on the bench watching the game like you do needs to stop. They could have used him tonight. There was no reason to hold him down like, oh, he can't play tonight because he's going to get hurt. But 2 days from now, he can play. Get out of here with that. If he could play Monday, he could have played tonight. Come on, man. It's just what I think, man. But anyway, DC, thoughts on Bulls Pels, man, before we shut up.
Well, the matchup indicator actually got this one a close one. Q, is this the best ranking that we got?
DC, don't ask me for how to pick them, bro. Because I was 0-2 the last two. I said that they should have won against who was the other team? We lost to so many losses. I can't keep count. I know we just lost to
They're gonna beat the
to
Bulls, man. They're gonna beat the Bulls. They have to.
oh, here we go. Here we go. I said them same words the other night that we got to. And all they did was lose. But they
If
get
I
Zion
told you Zion wasn't playing, I'm sure you probably would have changed your tune, right?
No, I would have still said we can still beat. I thought we should have beat the Hawks without Zion Williamson. I thought we should have still been able to win.
Because I clearly watched Zion, basically make life easy for everybody, and then you hear everybody saying, "Oh, we need to trade Zion and just make Derik Queen the face of it." I'm like, y'all not see he made life easier for him? Like, what are you talking about?
No, he's still a guy that they have to pay attention to on the floor.
They just was messed up at the end of the game. I think if Zion plays, whoever they play, we gonna get a 10-point lead every time Zion out there, man. If they got it going, we gonna get a 10-something point lead. Now, it's an NBA team, so 10 points ain't nothing. Another team come back, make that tight. But going down the stretch, they got to show me something to show me they can win close games. That's my concern.
Well, DC,
with Zion out there, we can compete against pretty much all your level 2 teams and below.
If Zion
level 1 team, Zion they ain't enough.
DC, listen, if Zion Williamson runs at Najee Marshall and jumps at the 3-point shot to smack it, Najee wouldn't have had to hit that 3-pointer on him. He literally was walking up to him and actually stopped for, kind of paused a little bit in the step. What kind of closeout is that? You got a guy wide open on the 3-point line. You don't run at him. You walk up to him with your hand up and you don't even lift your big ass up to jump at the ball. But the guy can jump. He's an extremely good jumper. But he walks up to Najee Marshall with his hand up. He don't even jump to block the shot or something to deter him. Najee straight away 3-pointer, lined up, hits it in his face. He walking up to him. And this is the shot that helped them win the game. See, that what I'm saying is that's something that you supposed to know as the star player. You have to have the effort. You cannot do that. I'm still mad about that from last night. Like, if he runs at Najee Marshall, jumps, he might get a fingertip on the ball. He might force Najee to move over to take a different shot. He might have forced him off the 3-point line. Something could have happened better than him walking up with his hand up and the guy hits a 3-pointer that basically decides the game.
He could have just ran him off the line and they scored a 2-pointer and then the game is tied.
I mean, but DC,
instead of them taking the lead.
But I'm saying he could have missed that. What I'm saying is
simple basketball. Man.
Simple basketball. Do Borrego have to tell you to run at an open 3-point shooter and don't walk up to him with your hand up? I mean, I was pissed about that, man. I was like, what is he doing, bro? Come on, man. Where's the effort? This is the $39 million star we got here that misses so much time. And then in the clutch moments of the game, the guy walks up with his hand up and don't even jump at Najee. It hits the shot on him that ultimately decides the game. This is the star. This is the guy, the son of the solar system of the Pelicans. All the planets traverse around his gravity. And this is what we got. Seriously? This is the effort? It's no wonder this team is a 2-win team right now. That type of effort is not going to win your ass nothing, but we'll cash a check at the end of the game. So some criticism of Zion Williamson is warranted, but that lazy, nasty, sorry ass defensive closeout that he did against Najee Marshall was pathetic, man. That was pathetic. That's why I'm for the destruction of this bullshit thinking that the Pelicans have about benching this guy or these back-to-back games. He needs to play every game. He needs to play at least 30 minutes of a game. He needs to be in practice. All this stuff needs to happen. I'm tired of the softness that this team represent. I'm sick of it. The team is not going to go anywhere until the guys that make the money start performing. It's just not. Like we said, I'm gonna say it again, DC. Zion makes $30 million this year. Murray makes $30+ million. Poole makes $30 million. That's over $90 million of contract between 3 players, and not one of them had 1 point tonight. They all on the shelf. They can't help you do nothing. That has to change. Zion has to see the floor, man. He has to be in there. No more holding this guy back no more. And chastising him. Borrego, I know his defensive is not his mindset. He's more of an offensive guy than anything. But Zion Williamson, you was coached by other coaches that are way better than Borrego. When you was at Duke, you had one of the greatest coaches of all time. And I know he would have blasted your ass for running out there like that. Man, come on, man. The effort is what's killing this team. The intelligence and the effort and the attention to detail is killing the Pelicans right now. Games we should have won. Both these games, at least these last 2 games, should have been wins. They can't even galvanize the energy of the home crowd. They had 18,000 people that showed up tonight. And they couldn't even draw the energy of the crowd to put on a better performance. They got ran out of their own building tonight. And they on a 9-game lose. I just can't stand it no more, man. I'm tired of how the Pelicans conduct business. It's not how we're going to get anywhere. We're not going to win games. We're not going to compete. We're not going to do nothing as long as this type of behavior is permitted. They're not even pissed off, DC. They're not even pissed off. These guys are all nice and smiling and keep your head up. All this.
How you go 18 for 42 in the paint? As a team, bro, that's insane.
I don't know, bro.
You're not upset, but you know what, Q? We had 3 rookies in the starting lineup. Why would they be upset? They don't know what they expect.
No, I ain't talking about the rookie players.
What vet do we have that you could see being pissed off? It ain't gonna be Trey. Trey too nice, right? Zion. Yeah, I guess in some respects you could say he too nice, right? I don't really know
Sadiq. DC, hold on, DC. Let me ask you this, bro. Remember when I talked about the New Orleans Saints team, the 4 years of funk that they experienced under Dennis Allen? How he basically chopped their balls off and basically domesticated them, where they were just losers that were just collecting checks. And then nobody was cussing at each other. They wasn't holding player-only meetings and this type of stuff. This is the same type of environment.
We've never had a players-only meeting before or after Willie Green. I mean, have we ever have a players-only meeting with Pelicans?
I've never
heard of such a thing.
Nope. The only one that could.
Maybe the 2019 year when you had JJ Redick and them here, I think maybe they did. Maybe they did when JJ Redick was here.
Sad, bro.
We just don't, man, people come here just to collect a check, man, and get their numbers good and collect a check and then go on to where they really want to go. That's what we've become. And that's a culture that, Miss Benson is full hands on deck in creating. Everybody has to be happy and friends and get along. Man, where the fighters at? Where are the people? Najee Marshall pulled that last night with Fears. Where are the people on our team that would do something like that to the other team?
At Dallas, New York.
Like we don't have the temperament right now. And I'm not saying they can't get it. We got a lot of young guys on the team, so maybe it can be brought out of somebody. Derik Queen looked like he might be a guy like that, but we're missing just some ingredients to this team, man, for them to give a fuck. Whether that's coaching as well, like who are all these assistants that we got on the team that's just been here forever, man? Like every time they what your boy name is, Casey, didn't he survive like 3 different coaching staffs? Like why is he still here?
We got
Wasn't he here with Alvin Gentry? Or am I tripping?
I want to say he was, bro. I want to say he was.
What does he do?
I don't know what he does. And the thing is, the assistant coaches, we actually looked up and down the list of the assistant coaches. I was thoroughly unimpressed with these assistant coaches, man. I really was. Borrego was the guy because I respect his offensive temperament, But this team is they need a disciplinarian, man. They need a guy that's a bit of an asshole that got a championship ring. They need somebody that's going to say it's my way or the highway. They need that type of stuff because all this other crap about being family and all this nonsense, all that has poisoned the last 4 years with David Griffin and Willie Green, 4 or 5 years of these players like Herb Jones, who was a dog, and now he has no dog in him at all. There's no dog, whatever Herb, because Herb was nasty. This other stuff that we've seen with Herb, that has been pulled completely out of him. You don't see Herb Jones in there doing all this other kind of stuff. He's doing stuff trying to get to the basket with 3 guys on his back blocking them out. You know, just non-smart play, that stuff that we've seen before. It's like, man, this is totally not who we know. You know, but it's that environment. The last 4 years, 5 years under Willie Green, the 5 or something years under David Griffin, with all this soft stuff that they were talking about, has completely taken the dog from out of these players that have that aggression to them. You know, even a guy like Jose Alvarado, who is a bit of a rider and a guy that will fight, even he's been kind of dialed back a bit with Jose Alvarado. You know what I'm saying? So the Zion Williamson, he has no dog in him at all. I mean, he doesn't command the ball consistently. He doesn't force his way into games. Well, listen, I want to play. Y'all can't keep. If you mean to tell me if Zion Williamson was healthy and he's good to go, they could stop him from playing. If he was healthy to go, if he says he went to Joe Dumars and say, man, this team is losing, you need to let me go. I'm clear about a thing. I know y'all being a little extra, but if I could play tonight, if I can play on Monday night, I could play tonight. If he did that, I'm pretty sure they will let him go. But it's too much of the same stuff. And why would he buck the trend? He's still getting paid. They still getting game checks. So in the end, the only people that's really suffering is y'all. I'm tired of hearing about the nice guy stuff with the Pelicans. You hear Draymond and all these other guys talk about the Pelicans being soft, and they are soft. People get physical with the Pelicans. They get all out of their game plan. That's a sign of a soft team. Not only are they soft, but they also are not intelligent in many aspects. They're not intelligent. They lose focus too easy. And I'm not talking about our young guys because they're still learning, but a lot of our veteran players don't know how to close out. They don't know how, they ball watch too much. They don't communicate well. Every game, there's wide open 3-point shooters. They're doubling up the 3-point makes and attempts on the Pelicans all nights. There's some guy, whether it was the Golden State Moody guy or Vit tonight, it's always a 3-point shooter that's getting 5 to 6 or 7 shots on the freaking Pelicans. What was the other guy that did it to us? What was his name? Grayson Allen lit the Pelicans up the same way Vit did tonight, and Moody did the other. Right. So I'm like, man, it's systemic because the Pelicans are systematically bad. They don't communicate well on defense, and they do the same stuff every night. And until they fix that, and there's so many things they have to fix. The man like, hold on, before I even fix this, I got to fix this shit first. And see, this shit right here, see the carburetor right here, this carburetor right here, this shit fucked up. You got to take this out. And it's so many things, DC, that's broken down that he can't address everything. He got to deal one thing at a time. It's so many things going wrong out there, bro. It's so many, but the communication, all of that, it's just not good. And I'm tired of saying, I'm like, we are not supposed to be this bad basketball wise when they had all of these guys practicing. What the fuck have y'all been learning if this is what you turn out every night? I just don't understand, bro. But you got the floor. That's all I got, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're absolutely right. And my pet peeve, really, it's just anything, man. For you to be a loser is already sad, but for you to continue to lose the same way, it's just like insanity. Like, how do you keep getting your ass kicked at the 3-point line? Like, you can't figure this shit out. Don't leave people who are good 3-point shooters open. Run them off the line. Okay, if they got a layup, that's still better than just giving up fucking 7 3-pointers. After the first 3, like you didn't catch on. You know, I watched one possession where the dude made like 3 threes in a row. So my thing is, how do you see yourself losing like that? You go over that and you just continue to go down the same road. And it brings me to the conclusion of maybe they're going through practices. They don't have enough time to go through film and highlight these things. Who are you gonna put that on? Coaching or the schedule? I mean, they play, back to back. Then they get 1 day off and they playing again. And I don't know how many games. James Borrego, has he even been the coach for a full week yet?
It's 5 games right now, DC.
5 games in the span of, it's got to be like maybe 8 or 9 days.
I know, bro, but still in all, nobody wants to hear that when he's familiar with these players. They've been trying to run an offshoot and stuff, and so people still want to see results,
I'm just trying to narrow down what the problem is, because I see certain things look different, and then other things it's just like more the same. Do the players really not care? Or they just don't understand? Is he telling them and they still don't get it? Because for you to keep losing the same way, man, it's just crazy. And maybe that's James Borrego's system, man. Maybe his thing is he's not gonna let the best player beat you. Well, if that's the case, I don't understand how the hell Micah Peavy is guarding Pozinski. And wait, did I say his name right? I don't know what I'm talking about. The unicorn. They gave him the nickname Unicorn.
Porzingis.
What is Micah Peavy doing guarding Porzingis, Q?
I was asking the question, DC, but I was trying to give.
This is second coming of Jose getting on them unintelligent switches, right? Like,
bro, I was trying to give Borrego I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because I respect Borrego's his coaching strategies and his knowledge. But we have bigs on the team. Somebody we can throw at Porzingis, whether it's DeAndre Jordan, whether it's Eves. I mean, we got guys 6'11", 7-foot guys to kind of throw at Porzingis in numbers to kind of, not allow them to get close to the rim. And we do have some bigs that we can mix in there to kind of make it a little bit more difficult. I thought that was the purpose of having these 7-footers, that when you have a 7'3" or 7'4" man like Porzingis, that you don't give him the benefit of having a key matchup against PV, who's 6'4". I'm not 6'6". What is PV? 6'5"? DC?
About 6'7".
6'6", 6'7" against a 7'3" Porzingis? No, sir. Mismatch. Mouse in the house. That's what they call it. Mouse in the house. And he definitely ate tonight. No doubt. He got all the cheese from the house tonight.
Bro, it's crazy, man. So we're going to be back here Monday. And hopefully we'll just continue to see more of the same, man. It's nothing more uninspiring than just keep watching your team get their ass kicked the same absolute way as last time. We had a break in the action with Zion playing against Dallas. It's like, okay, they lost a different day, but this loss looks just like a repeat of all the other ones, especially when Willie Green was still the coach. They just didn't they ain't have it tonight, man. They didn't even show up, It's tough for everybody. I mean, nobody really had, to me, like just an awesome performance or some type of oh man, you see what they put together? No, it's just everybody just look off. The one thing I did see is I would wonder, Sadiq Bey, it seems like a trend, man. He just seems to play better when he's in the starting lineup than coming off the bench.
Yeah, I've kind of I've seen that, man. Like we talked about Sadiq Bey, that he's looked better in the time. I think he's averaging like 26 to 28 minutes a night, and he's actually his numbers are more solid than Herb's numbers. But I don't think he'll get the start over Herb because Herb makes the money. He makes money. He's one of these players that the Pelicans are playing, and I think Sadiq Bey have a very friendly contract, but he's better than Herb Jones. His body is where Herb Jones. I mean, he's a guy that you can see he got a bag offensively. The man got all kind of moves. He's physical. He ain't scared of contact. He hits the three. He plays defense. He's smart. He dives on the floor. He sees the floor well. He's a complete player. He's better than Herb. Herb still needs to get stronger and bigger. Like, if Herb had that type of physique, then that'll be a next level. But Herb still need to me get a little stronger, more. But Sadiq Bey is definitely outplaying Herb. I don't think they'll start him over Herb as long as Herb's healthy, because Herb make that paper. He getting paid, so that kind of secures you a spot to a degree. So it is simply is what it is, man. So anyway, shout out to you guys for being in the stream, man. Another loss. In the Pelicans are now losers of 9 in a row. But I hope you guys got a little steam out. I know I got some steam out, man. I was watching some boxing tonight, man. I showed y'all some of the highlights of Devin Haney.
Well, he trying to shake off that PTSD, huh?
Dog, he punched down on Brian Norman Jr., man. I was showing the highlights for the family members, man, who probably, because this was, to me, the fight that I really wanted to see the most, because Devin Haney, you don't just be
Benavidez. What happened with him?
Benavidez, I turned away from him. He was winning, and I'm gonna have to check on it to see what was going on.
Way early, though. I think that fight started at 3 in the afternoon. I was like, damn.
Nah, that fight it was going on not too long ago.
Oh, it's still on?
I think it's all. Let me check, man. My screen
went had a big event though, because I think it started at like 3. They might have had a lot.
No, they had the lower fight card that was going on at the time. Yeah, but he TKO'd Yard. So I mean, yeah, he TKO'd Yard, and Benavidez, man, he says he's going up to cruiserweight to fight Gilberto Ramirez. He wants Zerto. So he's going to try to take on Roberto. He's trying to climb up there to go get Gilberto Ramirez for a cruiserweight. So yeah, he couldn't get Canelo, because Canelo and Crawford are in talks to have the rematch. Canelo said, "quote, he gonna kill him." So you got to, and word of the wise to you, Canelo, you got to hit him to kill him, brother. So I don't think you're going to be able to do that, sir. I think you need to just chill. All right. So anyway, with that being said, man, we had to kind of move it to the boxing side of things, because at least we got some fight somewhere, right?
That's something.
All right. Yeah. Slim says, Q, will you get back to boxing? Yeah, I've been doing some reports and all that kind of stuff, but absolutely, man, they got some real good fights coming up. Jake Paul is actually fighting Anthony Joshua. That's a fight that's happening in December. I think that's going to be a good fight. He finally stopped fighting people that's over the hill, and he fighting a guy that still can hurt him, because Anthony Joshua is actually still he's still fighting professionally. He hadn't fought since he lost to Alexander. Was it Usyk that beat him the last time, or Dubois? I forget, man, but he hadn't fought since 2020.
I think it was Usyk.
It was Dubois. Dubois beat him.
You sure?
Yeah, I want to say it was Dynamite Dubois that beat him. Yeah, it was Dubois. Dynamite Dubois knocked him out several times. I want to say it was him. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Tech Bliss says Jake going to get. Yeah, Jake Paul's going to get his ass whooped.
Man, we keep saying that, man. Y'all going to realize Jake is the great white hope, man.
Bro, listen. What makes the fight intriguing is the fact that
he's a YouTuber, man. He shouldn't even be fighting.
It's a fight for real, though. That's the bottom line. It's a real fight. It counts. It's a real fight. It's not nothing that it's like no exhibition and all this kind of stuff.
I believe it ain't rigged when I see it.
Well, that you shall see it, because at the same time,
Mike Tyson got a bigger payday for taking a dive than if he would have won the fight.
Yeah, but it was an exhibition. Tyson's retired. All these other fighters that he fought were guys that either they were retired or over the hill. Anthony Joshua was none of that thing. He's still actually competing professionally. And he would not, it will take a crushing blow to his legacy if he allows a YouTuber to beat him. So he has every incentive to stomp down on Jake Paul. That's why I applaud Jake Paul for this fight.
You start how you finish, man. And Jake Paul started with these scammy ass, rigged ass fights. I don't see any reason to believe that this is any different. Okay. Anthony Joshua, If he has this integrity and love for the sport, like you're saying, maybe. But man, I think he just like the rest of y'all there collecting the bag, man.
I don't think so, DC.
We gonna see.
He make more money than Jake Paul.
I could be wrong, but I ain't going against it until I see it because all his fights to me look that way. So
okay, all right,
it won't gonna be any different.
I understand that. All right, so with that being said, man, that's a little basketball on boxing talk, man. Hopefully, y'all have a really good night. We shall return on Monday night. Pelicans Bulls line up in the Smoothie King Center. Can the Pels break the 9-game losing streak? Zion returns. Maybe Poole returns. Maybe this is supposed to be a win. I ain't calling it, man. Well, they need to step up and perform, man. They need to handle their business, man. I'm tired of this. All right, y'all hit the like buttons, hit the subscribe buttons, man, and listen. I'm gonna see y'all. Me and DC will see y'all on the next one. Much love, peace. Go Pels. We out.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network. For all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelicans. Fly Pelicans.
This was a moment for you, man. I want to see that again. He hasn't.
Fly down. Pelicans forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. Going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come into town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always saying, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube. They ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thewhodatdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thewhodatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation. Stay in the NO, you stay in the know.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.